Okay, hello. What we're going to do is we're going to actually use Photoshop to export our layers to files, which actually helps us greatly with our efficiency. I'm going to come over to the PDF file, and I'm going to left click on this item, right click, save image as, and I'm just going to accept whatever the default. Replace that. We don't have to name it any specific name. Then I'm going to come over and I'm going to drag our new download into Photoshop. Our new save into Photoshop. We just scale it up. And then over here in our layers, we're going to rename this whatever item we just captured, which is Hawthorne 1211. Come over here, double click the layer. Writers series is the collection. Actual item name is Hawthorne. Style number is 1211. Hit enter, and you can see we renamed that layer. Again, tap over. I'm going to get this Hamilton desk now. So I left click on it, it's selected, and then I right click, save image as, just accept whatever the default is because we're going to rename it. And then we're going to drag it over the file we just saved into Photoshop. And you can see that now we have the Hamilton. Scale it up so that it fits our template. And we're going to rename this layer also. The name of this layer is going to be Hamilton 1221. So we name it Writer Series Hamilton 1221. At this point, what we want to do is we want to export these layers to files. Go to File, Export, Layers to Files. We're going to navigate to where we want to save, which is here in this folder that says New Desk Collections. I'm opening it just so that I can empty it out, so we'll have fresh images there. So we'll click that, say OK. Now all we have to do is click the Run button. Export layers to files was successful. We say OK to this, and then we're going to Alt-Tab back over to navigate to the actual files we just created. And voila, we can see that all of the files that we created, which is the most recent, Hawthorne and Hamilton, are here. Now, what we want to do is we want to use Microsoft DOS to list all these items for us. And to do that, we're going to need this path. So inside this bar here, we're going to copy, and then we're going to go and launch our command prompt. Change the directory in here by just typing cd space, right click, because we've already copied that, and paste it inside, and we hit enter. So we have changed our path to where our folder is now. To list the items, all we do is we type dir space /d, and we get a quick list of everything that we just exported from Photoshop. To copy these items, all we do is we take the mouse, the cursor, and we drag over all these items, the list. You see that it inverses, and then we just click or push the enter button on the keyboard, place it on the clipboard so that we can paste it. Alt-Tab back over. I'm going to go back to my programmer's notepad. And here, all I have to do is hit Control-V, and you can see it it pastes the list for us. So it's super great, super fast, especially if you're not doing 4 images, you're doing 400 images or 40 images. So I'm going to copy this, go back over to my Excel spreadsheet, which is still closed, data template. I'm going to come over here and watch me paste the list that we just created and copied from our command prompt. Okay? At this point, what we want to do is we want to fill out the rest of the data sheet. It's all, this manufacturer is Dutch Creek, so we just fill up all these columns, or all these cells. The collection is all writer series, so we just fill up all these cells. And we do a little bit of kind of sort of data massaging over here to get these 2 columns filled. And so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this list, come back over to our programmer's notepad, and we need to replace all the spaces with tabs. So to do that, I'm going to hit Control V, which pops this up, hit space, and I want to replace it with a tab. Tab inside here will actually navigate it to a different, so what the easy thing to do is just to type a tab in here and then select that, copy that tab, and then Control F and say inside here, okay, let's replace the space with a tab and say replace all. Now you can see that all the spaces have been replaced with a tab. At this point, again, what we're doing is we're getting out with the data. It's going to make it a little easier for us to massage it. And so we can come in here, paste all this in, and you can see, well, we don't need this. This is kind of the pre-part to our, and we don't need the writer series because we've already entered that. However, we definitely need the actual item names and the actual style numbers. So you can see this is here. Again, you're being able to move these blocks around and work the data visually so that it actually lines up. At this point, we want this to be one cell, or used as one item for each line. Back over to the programmer's notepad, and I'm going to replace the space this time, or replace the tab with a space. All. And now I'm going to copy and place this here. So, and what we want to do is we want to put these style numbers over here inside the style numbers column. And we have a .jpeg that's not needed there, so if we have this selected, all this selected, we just hit Control F to find, type in .jpeg, and replace with nothing, say replace all, and voila. Now all of our cells are completely filled in with the data we need, and we kept the format. Easy peasy. And that's it.